Namaskar मित्रांनो. Before going to the fundamental circuit, let us study phasor algebra. Now, what is phasor? Phasor is nothing but the graphical representation of alternating quantity. So it is one arrow. Okay, so here I am drawing phasor. Suppose our AC quantity is voltage, then I am drawing voltage phasor over here. Okay, so this is the fixed point of the phasor and this arrow indicates rotating direction of the phasor. Okay, so suppose the direction of rotation is anti-clockwise, so phasor will move like this. This represents the length of that arrow indicates the magnitude of that quantity, and this arrow indicates direction of rotation, and this magnitude is nothing but the RMS value of that phasor. Okay, V ची जी RMS व्हॅल्यू आहे त्याचा मॅग्निट्यूड म्हणजेच फेजरची लेंथ. Okay, what is phase now? Phase, suppose this is a reference phasor, reference axis for that phasor. This is a reference axis. After certain duration, this phasor moves upwards or slightly ahead. Okay, from the reference. Okay, so this is my reference. So what is phase angle? When after certain time this phasor when rotates and it moves away from the reference axis, it makes certain angle phi with the reference axis. That angle is nothing but the phase angle. Now what is phase difference? What is phase difference? So there are different waveforms in a system. Okay, not only voltage. Suppose we are having two voltages. One voltage is moving like this. Okay, this is my one voltage V1. Okay, V1, and there is another voltage which is moving like this. Okay, this is my voltage V2. So if you see, they are attaining their maximum value at different duration of time. So इथे V इथे max होतोय, V2 इथे max होतोय, आणि हा स्टार्ट होतोय 0 पासनं आणि हा स्टार्ट होतोय थोड्या लेटर ऑन. Suppose माझा V1 जो आहे, it is my reference phasor. It is having equation Vm sin theta, Vm1 sin theta, आणि रेफरन्स फेजर पेक्षा हा जो V2 आहे हा फाय अँगल उशिराने चालू झाला. सो दिस आय कॅन राईट V2 is equal to Vm2 sin theta minus phi, theta minus phi. So because it is starting after phi angle with respect to the reference phasor, म्हणून phi ने तो मागे आहे. जर हा अगोदर सुरू झाला असता रेफरन्स फेजरचा तो प्लस फाय झाला असता, आणि त्याच्यावरच कळतं लीडिंग आणि लॅगिंग. जर हा सेकंड वेवफॉर्म आहे, इफ दिस सेकंड वेवफॉर्म इज स्टार्टिंग अर्लियर दॅन द रेफरन्स वेवफॉर्म, देन इट इज कॉल्ड एज अ लीडिंग. अँड इफ द second V2 or second waveform is starting after the reference waveform up by angle phi, it is called as a lagging. So here I have shown lagging waveform. Okay, leading म्हणजे काय? V2 is starting earlier than the reference phasor. This is my reference phasor. Okay, 0 पासनं start होतो, and V2 is which is starting afterwards, so it is lagging phasor. हे झाले तुमचे फेजर. ओके, दोन फेजर मधला फेज डिफरन्स असतो हा फाय. आयदर तो लिडिंग असेल किंवा लॅगिंग असेल. नेक्स्ट इज व्हॉट युअर रेक्टँग्युलर फॉर्म ऑफ द फेजर क्वांटिटी. ओके, ऑफ फेजर. सो माय फेजर V is given by V bar. So if you want to find rectangular form, if you are knowing the angle phase difference with this angle of this phi, so हा V आहे आणि angle त्याचा आहे phi. So if this V is what? V bar is equal to V angle phi. V is the magnitude and phi is the angle with respect to the reference line. So if you want to represent this phasor in a rectangular form, you have to take V cos phi plus J V sin phi. This is called as a real part. This is part as an imaginary part. Okay, these are the two parts of rectangular form of a phasor. Real part is particularly called as a resistance part. Real part is not represents resistance of the system, and imaginary part represents reactance of the system, because real part is resistive part, imaginary part is a reactive part, so which is formed by either inductor or capacitor and resistor. So हा फॉर्म तुमचा L आणि C मुळे बनतो X. ओके, नंतर आहे पोलार फॉर्म. हा जो फॉर्म आहे तो पोलार फॉर्म आहे. सो V bar is equal to V angle phi is a polar. You can represent this rectangular form as V is equal to R plus JX. Okay. And now what is polar form? This form is nothing but the polar form. Now suppose you are having rectangular form, then how to find polar form or how to convert this into polar form? Simple logic. If you want to find magnitude of V bar, we have to take under root of R square plus X square, and this angle can be found as angle tan inverse of X by R. Okay, tan inverse of X by R. So this will give me V angle phi. Okay, so whenever rectangular form is given, you can find polar form using this formula, or if polar form is given, you can find rectangular form by using V cos phi plus J V sin phi. This J is equivalent to I in maths. In mathematics also we are having X plus Y I is a complex. This represents a complex number. So this phasor is nothing but the complex number. Phasor quantity is nothing but the complex number, having real part and imaginary part. Okay, in next video we will see the fundamental circuit.